I was born gifted. I was born with gifts, powerful gifts. And I am thankful that I didn't go my entire life and miss that. My son is 18. He's a senior in high school. He graduates in May. Those of us that have had teenagers and sent them off, we know they start to move away from us and us them before that time comes. And I feel it. From the earliest memories I have, I was going to be a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader that morphed into a famous singer that around age 5 or 6 became a corporate woman. I didn't play dolls. I was not a Barbie person at all. I played business. My mother had an adding machine at home. That's it. I mean, that was a ball. Carbon paper, take some messages on the carbon paper. And there were staplers and there were hole punches. And I would go in my room and set up my invisible desk with all my supplies. And I, as an only child, would sit for hours and play business. Growing up, I worked in my father's law firm. That was awesome on my resume out of college when pretty much all my work experience started. The name of the company was my last name. That goes over well. I went to work, spring breaks, summer vacation, anytime I could, 8 to 5 minimum. That was when I drove. Before I could drive, I was going on my dad's hours. And I loved it. Get me in an office. Get me on that stage. When I went to college, not a doubt in my mind, business marketing. And I was going to graduate and I was going to leave Oklahoma, not because I didn't love Oklahoma, but Oklahoma City is not the big vision of the big city. I was going to go experience and rock. So I found a way through on-campus interviewing to get my first job in Chicago. And off I went. And I got there and I found my place to live, and it didn't take long before I didn't know who the fuck I was. And any sense of way for me to measure myself and feel my own sense of self-worth was gone. People picked up on my accent. People called me sweet. I sound sweet. I am not. Don't cross me. And don't cross my kids. And talk shit on my husband, who's a coach of the basketball team, and my friends are gonna have to hold me back because I want to kick your ass. I think back to when Wyatt was born. After the C-section, after the few days, they say, off you go. To my panicked expression, I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't even pretend to know what I'm doing growing up. I never pretended to be a mother. I never pretended to have a baby. I never even put myself in the vision of this experience. So we get in the car. I sit in the back seat next to his car seat. We pull out of the parking garage of the hospital, and within seconds, I knew I was a mother. Because the entire world was speeding by, and everything slowed down for me. We didn't get on the highway. We took the access road. We drove really, really slow. Really slow. And in those early days, we would constantly be waking up, hovering over the bassinet. Is he breathing? But we didn't want to risk waking him up to see, because then he'd be awake. So we just hoped. And then when he moved out of the bedroom and he would cry and wake up in the night, I would walk in the nursery with a sense of like enthusiasm that I got to go see him. And I got to hold him. And we got to be together. There was never once a moment where I held him and thought to myself, what are you going to do to prove your love to me in this lifetime? Well, I don't know about you. Maybe you're enough. Maybe you just will think you're enough. Fuck no. Whether you've had kids or not, you've held a puppy or you have held a kitten, and never once did you say, what are you going to do to prove your love to me? What are you going to do to prove that you're worthy? Life has a way of disconnecting us from our wholeness. And man almighty, did mine get disconnected. 16 years old, my dad says, I'll pay for you to get a nose job. I'm sorry, you inherited my nose, so I'm going to pay for you to get a nose job. Somehow at 16, I had the wherewithal to say, no, thank you. Someday, I may have a daughter who has my nose, and I will never want her to think she's less than because her nose is not your idea of perfect. My daughter does not have my nose, my son does. And never once have I told him that story. Because he doesn't need to know that I had that experience. I don't want him to know I think about his nose, because I have the gift. I have the gift of seeing him for who he is, seeing my daughter for who she is, seeing each of you for who you are. And one of the things that can be hard in life when you see someone for who they are and their potential and their possibility is they disappoint you because they can't see it in themselves. I have a gift, and life has had a way to push me and 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 push me until I finally woke up to my gifts. And the only way that I can see it in you, Tammy, and you, Vivica, and you, Anna, and you, Angel, and each and every one of you, the only way I can see it in each of you is because I finally saw it in myself. I do not believe in that saying, you are enough. That's a bunch of bullshit. So if you're trying to get rid of any of your shitty thinking and you go to, well, I'm enough, fuck that. That is like here. And I am not in a room with a single person who lives life here. Every single one of you knows that you are here. You're not whole. You are like emanating from your wholeness. Your energy is like expanding out into the whole universe. I am enough is a bunch of crap. If that's one of your go-tos, no, it's a measurement. And we have not been here for 3 days witnessing one another to live life on any level of measurement. Because when the measurement goes away, here we are. Thank you.